Growing up in Coatesville was, I would say, kind of unique. High school was the part where I had to really decide what path I wanted to take, because around that time, a lot of people were like doing things that they weren't supposed to be doing. I had to figure out if that was something that I wanted to be a part of. I think the biggest challenge is definitely drugs, people using them or actually selling them. Sometimes it leads to stealing from each other, people killing each other. The big fight that we do have to fight, because you would have to choose which path you want to go, you know, what is right and what is wrong. Like, everyone wants to be a part of something. Being at the bridge almost all the time helped me stay away from that kind of atmosphere and understanding who Jesus is and having a relationship with Jesus.
I've loved living in Coatesville. At age 9, I just kept reading the headlines: Vietnam, civil rights, race movements, race riots, Watts, Los Angeles, all of that went down. And God was breaking my heart.
I feel like some kids, they think they're growing up one way and they have to be subjected to things that happen in the environment. They kind of grow up fast and they don't really get to choose how they grow up. So sending them to the bridge is definitely a good way to be a light and help them go down the right path.
So I just thank God for the Bridge Academy, and it's such a real part of what we call working His net.
The Bridge Academy is a faith-based organization that's located right in the heart of Coatesville. We desire to just walk alongside family, showing the love of Christ to them, but we do it in a way that we can provide skills so that they can have academic support, life skills, creative expression, but also grow spiritually and grow as leaders. And we provide just a safe, loving environment that wants to demonstrate God's love.
It's partnering in the mess. They're living in darkness because they've been let down. They've been disappointed. They've been abandoned. So it's hard to build that trust.
People just being there and willing to just pour into our lives, a lot of us really want, you know, someone to show up consistently.
It is far easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. And unless the heart of the church is broken for what breaks the heart of God, we're not going to address the brokenness around us.
When you walk in, it can be controlled chaos, but it can feel like life. There's joking, there's laughing, then you can go in different rooms and there's work being done. There's sometimes tears because they're struggling with work, and there's an adult that's sitting next to them, or even just a teenager that's a little bit older than them sitting next to them. So you just walk through each room and it's kind of a little bit different based on which kids and which people are in there, but it's life.
We're like the only organization that's like us that's actually going to schools and picking them up. It's like amazing. I love it. And then you get to see the teachers, the principals, and make connections with them. See the other kids like, what's the bridge? And so it like brings this whole mystery.
It happened to me when I picked them up last Monday. The kids were coming out the windows like, what? Where are you going? What's the bridge?
Yep.
And then there were other kids that knew what the bridge was, yelling to the other ones, oh, that's a program. It's down on Olive Street.
Yep.
Yeah. I was like, yep, that's us.
That's pretty cool.
I think if more kids came to the bridge, it definitely would strengthen the community a lot with their outreach. It takes a village to raise a kid, and that's what we need to do to be able to help these kids understand who Jesus is and have a relationship with him.
We see the kids first because we're very kid-oriented. We see them come in, we see the behaviors, we see the struggles, we see what they need, right? But when you look into it, you're like, what are they dealing with at home when they're not here with us?
We have the opportunity, we've built the trusted relationships. We need to really go deeper. Parents and families play a large role. How can we support them as a whole?
Family situation, it was pretty hard sometimes. My mom was the one who mostly raised us. I didn't know my dad. Kind of hard for me growing up because you would have friends who would have both parents, and you always just kind of wonder what was that like.
That could be affecting what's happening in school, what's happening here at the bridge, what's happening in the community. So let's go back. Let's go backwards. Let's go into the family and say, what is mom struggling with? What is dad or grandmom? Like, what's the family situation? Once we can get into the family, you hear the stories, you see where they're missing stuff, and you're asking yourself, how do I help you get there?
Being here at the bridge is fellowship, joy. Sometimes when you're down and out, when you come here to the bridge, you get lifted.
Parents just sometimes need that support. Like, you don't have food at home. Okay, we will help you come along and have that.
Through COVID, we realized that a lot of the families couldn't get to the store either because of transportation. So we partnered with the local stores, asked them could they put stuff aside so I can buy it in bulk so that our families could have it. We give everything out for free. It started there and now it's developed into helping people bi-monthly to have food at least for a week.
It's pretty amazing to provide meals for people. A lot of homes that don't have any money to be able to do these things. Because someone like me who was able to have a good Christmas because of the bridge and had things on Thanksgiving because the bridge provided a meal.
It's just bringing them the resources that are there. They know they're there, but they don't know how to attain it. So all of us join together, we can hold hands and just walk through it. And so we partner with other organizations like the OIC, the Camp at Old Mill, the Point, the ARC. We're going to all the different organizations.
Like Tutor does and taught us about Jesus. A lot of different programs that they had, like Wood Chips, Gentlemen's Group, just teaches how to become a man.
One of our big dreams is for people to see who God's created them to be. What skills do you have? What passions do you have? What stories do you have? And how is God using that so that you can then pour back into the next generation?
What helps me get fired up and excited about coming and serving is because Jesus tells us to go ahead and make disciples. And I think this is me participating in that great mission that he entrusts us to do.
They're not only teaching about Jesus, which is amazing because a lot of these kids don't have that at home, but they're also feeding them, they're growing alongside of them. It's like a safe space, like people just come and run to the bridge. Like even when I've had my own problems, like I just ran here.
The unconditional love they had for us, because no matter what we did, they was always here. Not until I got into high school is when I really decided to take Jesus serious. It was probably the biggest step that I took in my life. I got baptized that same year. It's for my friends, just trying to hold each other accountable to a lot of things that we did in life.
What always excites me the most is seeing people grow up and figure out who they are and have opportunities to talk freely. So for me, it seems to be always the small group opportunities where true transformation can really happen, where they can process what they're learning, whether it's academic related or faith related or just personal dreams they might have, what gifts they might have. And so for me, just seeing them grow up through the years and go from a child becoming a young adult to becoming a parent, but they're able to do it in a safe space here. That's what excites me the most.
My hope is that every person that comes through the door feels the love of Christ and sees the hope and builds their confidence through just the ordinary things, getting jobs, getting housing, getting somebody they can talk to. So it's not all bottled up inside. We can show them that we're here and we're not going anywhere. Coatesville could be, to me, a powerhouse, and not of money and fame, but of love, but in a community, just taking care of each other. That would be amazing. It would change so much. It would help them clean the streets up. It would help them talk to their neighbor. It would help them help the homeless and the people on drugs. Having that empathy for the situation that others are in, it would just change how people view where they live and make them want to stay and keep giving back. It would teach their children, we don't have to leave to see greatness here. It's already here.
The bridge is impacting Coatesville a lot. With everything going on, I feel like sometimes some people just don't see the light, but the bridge is huge light for the people of Coatesville. Definitely thankful for all the people who donate and who believe in the bridge because it helps build a stronger community that'll just come around and help each other, a community that will be more successful.
Psalms 23 says, "The Lord is my shepherd, I have all that I need." They literally have everything they need here, and they just haven't accessed it. I've seen them transform one life at a time. So I honestly believe that together we can do this.